Hi everyone, Sally here. I hope you're all really well and you're having a lovely day. I'm here today to share with you some beautiful fabrics we have in here at Minerva, and these are all viscose and rayon fabrics, so they're super swishy and drapey and just beautiful for any season. So I do have quite a few fabrics to share with you today, and I will be linking to them all in the description of this video. So don't forget, if you have your own Minerva account, you can always save any of the fabrics that I'm talking about and refer back to them at a later date. You can save patterns that I'm talking about too. So it's a great way to keep on top of all that inspiration and come back to it at a later date when you're looking for a seasonal make or something new and fun that you want to make. And if you don't already have your own Minerva account set up, it's super quick and easy to do. And once it's set up, you'll receive a discount code that you can use on anything on the Minerva website. You could even use it on one of the fabrics that I'm going to share with you today if you'd like to. So once you've set your account up, you can start sharing your own makes, you can follow other makers, you can save fabrics and patterns for inspiration. You could even save this video if you'd like to. So the first lovely fabric I have to share with you is this beautiful cream and navy polka dot, kind of splodgy polka dot viscose, and I'm just holding it up like this so you can see how beautifully it drapes. It really is lovely, and it's quite opaque as well, so you can't see through it when I'm holding it up like this. It also comes in a navy and white colourway, so you can kind of alternate. And the navy is really lovely. It makes me feel like kind of nautical colours, those colourways. It really is soft and really nice to touch. So two patterns that I've picked out that I think would work really nicely with these fabrics are the Company M Mara blouse. This is a new pattern company to me. I actually came across them the other day. But the Mara blouse is just a beautiful kind of vintage inspired little summer blouse, which would be perfect for the sort of spring and summer months. And I think it would be really nice if you kind of colour blocked these two fabrics together. So for the little bib, you could have say like the navy for the bib, and then you could have the rest of the fabric in the cream colourway, and I think that would be really pretty. And another pattern I thought would work really well for either of these fabrics is the Stylark holly blouse, and this is a really pretty kind of pussy bow vintagey style blouse, and I just think that the drape in these fabrics would work really nicely for that blouse. Again, you could do the colour blocking, so you could have the main body of the blouse in one colour, and then you could have the bow tie at the front in the other colourway of the fabric, and I think that that would work really nicely and it would be something different as well. Don't forget that if you do click on any of the fabrics that I'm sharing today, you can actually see what other people in the Minerva community have been making with these fabrics, and that is a really great way to get inspiration for your next project as well and see how the fabric looks as a different item of clothing. So the next fabric I have to share is this beautiful amber kind of palm leaf print. It looks so tropical, doesn't it? I really love this colourway, and the leaves there are kind of in pinks and yellows and greens, and this just makes me think of summer holidays. I think it would be the perfect kind of summer fabric. A pattern that springs to mind for me for this fabric is the Calvin wrap dress or top by True Bias, and I think that that would look absolutely beautiful in this fabric. It would be the perfect holiday dress, wouldn't it? But this is quite opaque as well actually. I hold it up. If I hold it up like that, you can't see through it at all. It's really opaque. I don't think you'd need to line it at all for a top or a dress. It's just absolutely beautiful, and it is quite woven, so it's a little bit weighty even though it's really drapey. So yeah, that would work really well as a Calvin wrap dress. Also, I think any kind of midi or maxi skirt would look beautiful in this too. For holidays, or just a wraparound skirt that you could take to the beach and pop over a swimsuit or a bikini would look lovely. Yes, I just absolutely love this. It's making me think of summer holidays and things I want to make for summer. We also have in this beautiful navy viscose, which is absolutely beautiful. It's so silky and soft to touch, and I just absolutely love the colours in it. So it's on a navy background, and the floral print is actually really vibrant, so you've got some sort of mint green there, you've got a bit of coral, a bit of orange, some nice yellows in the flowers there, which just look really lovely. So even though this is on a navy background, you might think that navy is more suited to sort of the winter months. I think this would look absolutely beautiful as a summer dress or a summer top. So I could see a Maya Sotis dress in this, or even Atelier and the Buttons indigo, anything that's sort of really lovely and drapey. Of course, the Myosotis dress pattern and the indigo pattern are really hackable patterns, so you could make them into a maxi dress, you could make them into a short little peplum top. I've done that with the indigo pattern before, and yeah, they're really kind of versatile patterns, and this is a very versatile fabric really. You could make it as something for summer and it would take you through to winter. You could wear it with tights and boots and obviously sandals or trainers for the summer. It really is a lovely versatile viscose. Another pattern that came to mind when I was looking at this fabric is the Sew Over It 1940s wrap dress, which is a pattern that I cannot wait to try. It's been on my list for ages and I think that it would really suit this fabric really well. I just think that would be really lovely, and it's something that's a bit more kind of classic, a bit more classy if you wanted something a bit more dressy for summer. But yes, this is absolutely beautiful. I love this one. Another absolute beauty that we have in is this Atelier Brunette. This is the cactus colourway, but it does come in other colourways. There's kind of a cream and blue colourway. There's also a rusty or ochre colour as well. So it does come in other colourways, but as with all Atelier Brunette fabrics, this is absolutely beautiful. You can see how much I'm stroking it here because it feels so nice. So this kind of viscose would actually suit a top or a dress or anything like that. It's completely opaque, you wouldn't need to line it at all. I think it would look lovely as the new look 6560 version B. I'll pop a picture in here so that you can see what I mean. I think it would make a lovely top. Because Atelier Brunette fabrics are so beautiful just as they are, the prints are always so lovely, I think that you could get away with something really simple. So say something like the Ogden Cami by True Bias, or even the Grey Line Studios Scout Tee. Really simple patterns, but I think that because the prints in the Atelier Brunette fabrics are so beautiful, I think that the print kind of does the talking, and you don't necessarily need anything that's too fancy or frilly. I think that these fabrics just look perfect in simple tops as much as they do with fancier tops. If you are making something really simple like the Ogden or the Grey Line Studio Scout Tee, the bonus with those two patterns is that you can often get them out of just 1 metre of fabric. So that's what I would make with this beautiful fabric. Next we have this beautiful abstract print viscose. So this is on a kind of beige background with little black flecks in it, and it has some beautiful red and black and blue mustard kind of floral abstract prints on it. And I think this is absolutely lovely. It's really soft and silky again, very drapey, quite opaque, quite woven. I'll hold it up again so that you can see the drape. So yeah, possibly a little bit see-through if you really hold it up to the light, but I don't think if you were making a top you'd need to line this. Possibly if you were wearing a dress you might need to wear a slip under it, but really it's pretty opaque and it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? I really like the print in this. I think this would make an amazing sagebrush top by Friday Pattern Company. I think that would be absolutely lovely in this. It would also make actually a really lovely bateen dress by Tilly and the Buttons. And because that pattern, the bateen dress, is quite a simple dress, it would really show off the print as well. Next, I'm going to show you my absolute favourite in this little collection. This is a viscose by Lady McElroy, and look how beautiful it is. This has a print all over it. It's a Venice print, and I'll hold it right out so that you can see the pictures on it. Isn't that just beautiful? It's like a painting. I feel like I could stare at this all day, and I'm definitely going to be getting some of this for myself. It's so pretty, and it feels like silk. I mean, it's not silk, but it does have that really beautiful silky feel, and you can see how drapey it is. And despite its silkiness, it is still quite opaque. So I actually don't think you'd even need to line this. You might want to, just because it's a little bit kind of silky and floaty. If you were making a dress, you might want to line it just to give it a bit more structure. But for see-throughness, I don't think you'd actually need to line this. It's so pretty. I love the blue in this and the pop of pink with the flowers and the beautiful pictures that you can see there in the fabric. So for this, I think this would make an absolutely beautiful dress. I think a vintagey style dress would look perfect in this, something like the Sew Over It Doris dress. You probably wouldn't want anything that would distort the pictures in this fabric too much, so not anything with too many darts or princess seams or anything like that. I mean, you could, but probably because the print is so lovely, you just wouldn't want anything that would distort it too much. It would also make a beautiful blouse, so something with not too much shaping in it, like the Roscoe blouse by True Bias, Ogden cami or anything like that. Would look absolutely beautiful as well. So when I was thinking about what I would make with this as well, I did think it would make an absolutely beautiful Ogden cami dress. And I looked on this fabric, I clicked on the link for this fabric and saw that Athena Cacao had actually made an Ogden cami maxi dress from this, and it looks stunning and it would feel lovely. So yes, this is the Lady McElroy viscose, I'll link it below. Another beautiful fabric we have in is this navy viscose, another really silky one actually. Lots of these just feel like they've got that really silky texture, it's so pretty. This one's a bit more of a ditzy floral, so it's a navy background with some really pretty ditzy floral print all over it. So there's some pinks in there, some greens, a little bit of mustard, and it's just so lovely. I think this would make a lovely Tilly and the Buttons indigo dress. I think if you did the floaty sleeves with this fabric, that would look really pretty. Or I actually think a Sew Over It Eve dress would look beautiful in this. And this has a lot of it's quite weighty again, but it is really drapey, so it has got that kind of good drape to it because it's got that bit of weight to it. So I think if you made the Eve dress with the floaty sleeves, that would look beautiful. They would hang really nicely, and it would be quite nice to work with as well because it's kind of solid. You know, it's not too slippery. I think it would behave itself well cutting out and sewing. Don't think you'd have too much bother with this if you wanted to put a zip in it or anything. So yeah, the Sew Over It Eve dress I think would be beautiful in this. Also, as I say, the indigo dress, indigo top would be lovely. So many different options with this, and I think that navy is just such a brilliant sort of wardrobe staple. I think navy lasts you through winter and into summer as well, so you could wear it with tights in the winter, or you could quite easily just swap your tights for sandals or trainers in the summer, and it would take you through all of the seasons. And this is another one that I absolutely love. Look at the print in this. So this is a Dashwood Studio rayon, and it has the most beautiful print on it. So we've got birds in there, beautiful big flowers and leaves, and it just looks so summery, doesn't it? It is a little bit sheer. I can see as I'm holding it up in the light there, you can see through it a little bit, so you might want to line it or wear a slip underneath it. I very rarely actually line things. I'll always wear a vest or a slip under my dresses because I just don't like to sort of use that much fabric. So a good option if you do work with a sheer fabric is just to think that you'll wear a slip underneath it. So yes, this one is absolutely beautiful, and to me I can see this as a maxi dress. Something like the True Bias Southport dress would be amazing. It would also make a really nice kimono top, something that you could put on over a swimsuit at the beach. And I think because a kimono top is really simple, isn't it? There's quite a lot of fabric on show in a kimono, so you wouldn't be distorting this print in any way. It would really show it off, especially on the back, because you'd have that big kind of piece of fabric on the back of the kimono, which would really show off this beautiful print. And likewise with the Southport dress, there's not a lot of shaping in there, so it would really show off this beautiful print. So that's what I would do with this one. We also have in this beautiful red viscose with this quite big kind of daisy style print all over it. I really like this, I think it's so pretty. So the daisies are white, they've also got a little bit of blue and yellow in the middle of them as well, which just kind of goes together perfectly. I think this would make an amazing dress for a wedding, or if you were going to something fancy that you needed to dress up for, this would be perfect. It's such a vibrant red colour. It's really drapey, really soft actually. You can tell this would be lovely to wear against your skin because it's really kind of soft, quite weighty. It is a little bit sheer, so you might want to line it again, you might want to wear something underneath it. But I think that this would behave itself really well, especially if you were making a fancy dress and you needed to put a zip in it. I think it would actually behave really nicely. It doesn't fray too much by the look of it. Yeah, and it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? I think this would make a lovely style arc Asher dress. So the Asher dress has got some shearing detail to the waist and at the cuffs of the sleeve, and I think that that would work really nicely with this. And because really the only detail in that dress is the shearing, it would really show off the print as well. So that would make an absolutely beautiful midi length Asher dress. Or you could go really extra and make a lovely maxi dress with a huge frill like the Vogue 9318. I absolutely love the look of this dress, and wouldn't it be amazing to have a huge frill like that in this fabric? I think that would work perfectly. It would make a lovely holiday dress. So pretty. So next, a lovely art gallery rayon fabric to show you. Art gallery fabrics are just so beautiful. They're rayon, so they're 100% natural. They drape really nicely and they just feel super silky and soft to touch. This would be perfect for dresses, for blouses, for tops, anything like that really. A little bit sheer again, so you might want to put something underneath it. This print just reminds me of like a summer meadow. It's so lovely. So you've got the lovely kind of emerald green background with a bit of mustard in there, some pinks, some oranges, light blue, white. There's so many pretty colours in there and they all complement each other really well. It's so pretty. So for me, I think this would make a beautiful blouse. So something like the Avid Seamstress, the blouse. Super simple, basic blouse that you could wear to work. You could wear it with jeans, you could wear it in the summer with a skirt. I think that would be absolutely lovely. I think this would also make a really beautiful sudley blouse. So the Megan Nielsen sudley pattern comes as a dress, or you can make it as a super simple kind of cropped blouse, and I think that would work perfectly in this fabric because it's such a simple make. It would really show off this print, and that would be lovely for summer, wouldn't it? But yes, absolutely love this one too. I also have this other beautiful Atelier Brunette fabric to show you. So I absolutely love Atelier Brunette fabrics. They're probably one of my favourite designers, and this one is just absolutely stunning. It feels so soft and silky and, you know, really high quality. It's opaque, you can't really see through it. And this one is in a gorgeous green colourway. I'll hold it up there so you can see the colour, and the splodges on it are kind of brown, light pink, white. I absolutely love Viscose. So if you can't tell from this video already, Viscose is one of my favourite fabrics to work with. I just love the softness of it. I love the way it drapes. I love how versatile it is. You can use it for so many different things. It's absolutely probably my favourite fabric to work with. So I think this one would be suited to absolutely anything really. It would make a beautiful wrap dress. It would make a lovely blouse. You might think it's quite a wintry colourway, but I think if you wore this with a pair of white jeans or a pair of shorts, it would be really lovely in summer as well. So this would actually make a beautiful sagebrush top again. If you click the link to this fabric, you'll see that Miss America actually made a beautiful version of the McCall 7977, which is a blouse with a lovely frill at the front. And because of the drape in this fabric, it just works really well. And again, it's quite heavy, so I think it would behave itself really well cutting and sewing. And there are just so many possibilities with this. Also, sudley dress again, Tilly and the Buttons indigo, sew over a Eve dress. So many possibilities, but I just love the colours in this particular colourway of this fabric. More summer vibes incoming. This is another Dashwood print, and it's absolutely beautiful. So it's really summery, isn't it? It's on a royal blue background, big vibrant kind of flowers and leaves on there. It's got a royal blue background, and then the leaves and the flowers are mustards, pinks, peaches, greens, so many pretty colours in there. And I just think that this one would be perfect for summer. And I can see like a midi skirt in this, a wrap skirt would be lovely in either kind of midi or maxi length for summer. Again, the Calvin wrap dress by True Bias would look beautiful in this as like a holiday, a really kind of high summer dress. The Stylark Aerial wrap skirt is beautiful. That's just a wrap skirt with a big frill around the front, and I think that would look lovely. It just gives me kind of tropical holiday vibes, this one does. It is quite sheer. As you can see, if I'm holding it up like this, you might be able to see that I can see through it just a little bit, but it would be fine with a slip under it or something, and you could line it if you wanted to, of course. But yeah, super soft and silky, lovely, pretty summer fabric. We also have this really beautiful art gallery print in, and this is so pretty. I love these dark greens. I think this is really, really lovely. And the colours in this, it's kind of a, I don't know, like a space themed print all over it. There's little moons, crescent shapes, and what look to me to be like planets and moons. I don't know if you see that in there as well, but yeah, it's really, really lovely. You could make so much out of this. You could make a dress. This one is very sheer, so you would need to line it or put something underneath it. But as with all art gallery fabrics, it's absolutely beautiful to the touch, super silky and soft. But yeah, it does have that kind of stable feel, so I think it would be really nice to work with. I think this would make a really lovely blouse, like the New Look 6560 version A if you wanted a long sleeve version, or for summer you could do the short sleeve version without the ruffle, which would be much more simple and would show off the print really beautifully. Would make it a really lovely grey line studio scout tee again, because you'd just be able to see the print. And even though the print is quite dark, again, I think if you wore this in summer with a pair of shorts or a pair of white jeans, it would work beautifully. So this is yes, the art gallery fabrics, and of course I will link all of these fabrics down below so that you can go and check them out. Next we have a really lovely John Kaldor viscose fabric, and this is part of the Fernando collection. So there are quite a few different prints in the Fernando collection. This one is on like a gold mustardy colourway, and it has big vibrant flowers all over it with some blacks, some reds, some whites, kind of corally pink in there as well. And I think that this would make a beautiful dress. It could work with dresses or blouses, anything really that you need a bit of drape for. It's quite solid, so again I think it would behave itself well cutting out, and it has got a bit of a silky texture to it as well, so it feels really nice on your skin. I think this would make a really lovely Sudley dress, Megan Nielsen Sudley dress, maybe even something long like again the Southport dress by True Bias. A maxi dress would look really nice, or if you're not comfortable having this colourway really close to your skin, I know some people aren't, it would make a really lovely midi skirt or a maxi skirt or a wrap skirt again for summer would be beautiful. It would even make a really lovely pair of culottes actually. I'm kind of adding ideas as I'm talking because more ideas are coming to me, but yeah, a really lovely pair of culottes would be good in this because it's weighty, it's not see-through, and it's got that kind of lovely stable kind of drape to it. So this is another print in the John Kaldor Fernando collection, and this is on a bit more of a possibly safe background. If you're not particularly happy with the mustard colourway, navy is always a good option, and it does still have that lovely mustard colourway in there, it's just not so bold. So this has kind of a spray of ferny floral print all over it in greens and mustards and light blues, and I think this is absolutely beautiful. This would make a really lovely dress, it would make a really lovely top, a pair of culottes again, you could really make anything with it. It's really stable and not see-through at all. And so yeah, it'd really work well for tops or bottoms. Maybe something like the Roscoe dress and blouse pattern by True Bias. And of course you could add a frilly tier around the bottom or something to make it a little bit more flouncy. It would also make a lovely Mars Otis dress, or a Timmy the Buttons Indigo again. All those baby doll style dresses are really, really good for this kind of viscose fabric because they gather and drape really well. So this is the navy colourway of the John Kaldor Fernando collection. And another beautiful print in the John Kaldor Fernando collection is this beautiful lime green and blue colourway. This is a really kind of bold fern print design. It's absolutely beautiful, and I can't look at this print without thinking of summer dresses, maxi skirts, kind of floaty, you know, big bold wrap skirts, the kind of thing that you'd wear all the time if you were on holiday in a hot country. The wrap dress again, I keep thinking of wrap dresses at the moment, and I think the Calvin wrap dress again would be a good one. A full length wilder gown would look amazing in this, wouldn't it? Or even if you did a shorter length or a cropped top, I think that would look really nice as well. So yes, lots of different options for this colourway as well, and this feels really amazing quality again. It's really, really soft and drapey, quite woven, would be easy to cut, and so I don't think it would be too slippery. It's really quite lovely and weighty, and I just love this big bold print. Now we have another art gallery rayon fabric which is absolutely stunning. I love this. It's on a kind of sage green background. You can see that there's a pretty pink kind of rose print design on there with some pale pinks, mustards and white, and this feels super silky. It feels almost like silk, like a silk scarf, and I think that this would be beautiful as a dress for a wedding. Again, like with the other art gallery rayon, it's quite see-through, a bit sheer, so if you were making a full dress you might want to line it or wear something underneath it. It would make a beautiful blouse though. I actually think this would make a really nice 1940s tea dress. by Sew Over It, because I think it's got that kind of really vintagey feel to it with the big roses all over it. But you could make a Sew Over It Betty dress if you were going to a wedding. That would be really lovely, and if you lined it, it would just give it a little bit more body and texture. Also, again, the Ogden cami dress hack, you can make it with a really full skirt so that the skirt really stood out. I think that would be really pretty as well. And this would be just lovely to work with. It's got that kind of solid texture, but it's really, really soft and silky. It would be lovely to wear against your skin. And here we have another art gallery rayon, super drapey, super soft and silky, lovely to the touch. Has this really vibrant purple background with some brightly coloured flowers all over them in turquoise, mustard, orange and pink. The colours in this are really, really beautiful, really vibrant. And I think this would make a really lovely pussy bow blouse maybe again, or you could actually make a beautiful vintage inspired dress, again like the 1940s tea dress by Sew Over It. That would look lovely, or the Doris dress by Sew Over It would look beautiful. You may need to line it, as I said, but I don't think that would be too much of a problem. Or you could just simply wear a slip under it and that would be fine as well. So this would make a really lovely summer blouse as well. The Sew Over It Eve dress can be hacked into a top, and I think that would look really pretty in this. As a wrap top with a pair of jeans or a pair of shorts or a skirt or something, that would look really beautiful. But yeah, absolutely love this. It's a different kind of colourway, I think, for art gallery fabrics, but it works really well. I love it. So I now have another John Caldo Fernando print to show you, and this one's on a darker navy background, and the floral print on it is very big and bold. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's kind of orangey, peachy toned with a bit of burgundy in there, a bit of teal, a bit of duck egg blue. Absolutely a beautiful print, and I think that this would make, again, an amazing dress for a wedding or like a summer do. Yeah, it would be absolutely beautiful. Again, it would be suited to blouses or dresses. A little bit sheer, so you might have the lining problem, but that would be fine. It's really soft, really soft. So because the print on this is so big and bold and vibrant, you might want to keep it simple with whatever you're making. So the Sew Over It shift dress is a good one if you have a really big bold print like this. Such a simple classic dress that it wouldn't take away anything from this beautiful print. You can also make the Sew Over It shift dress as a top, long sleeve or short sleeve, or sleeveless. The Stylark Asher dress would be a beautiful one again, or even an Asher top, because the shearing wouldn't take too much away from this, because the only detail in it really is the shearing. It would also make, again, a lovely beach cover up, so a kimono style top. Something like the New Look 6567 kimono style top would also be perfect. It would make a really lovely, classy beach covering, wouldn't it? And again, because there's so much fabric in kimono tops, it really does show off the print. So yeah, absolutely love this one. Really soft. It's actually quite, because of the weight in it, it would be quite warm as well if you wanted something for the winter months. But again, as a beach cover up, it would keep you warm if you got a bit chilly. Yeah, it's just absolutely lovely, very versatile fabric. And lastly in this collection, save one of the best till last, this is another Lady McElroy print, which feels again like silk, much like that Venice print one I showed you earlier in the video. It's really got that beautiful silky texture to it. Absolutely beautiful, very drapey. This is a kind of coral background with some big ladies' faces all over it, which I think is really fun, and you could do so much with this. I think it would make a really lovely blouse. So again, you might not want to distort the print too much. You might want to have something simple so that you could show off the print that didn't have too many gathers in it or too many darts. Yeah, it really is beautiful. I think maybe a Wildegown dress top hack would be good, or the Megan Nielsen Sudley blouse. Again, an avid seamstress, the blouse would be really good, because I think it would be a really fun take on quite a classic style blouse. Of course, you can make this into a dress, so the Tilly and the Buttons indigo dress would be a good one. You could lengthen it to make a maxi dress, add a frill to it, and that would be pretty too. But yeah, it really is a lovely, lovely colourway, beautiful soft print, and such a fun design too. I really love this one. So those are all the fabrics I have to share with you today, and I think you'll agree there's some absolutely beautiful ones in there. So don't forget, I will link all of the fabrics and all of the patterns that I've talked about today in the description of this video, and you can go and save any of them that you like to your own Minerva profile. And if you don't fancy saving the fabrics individually to your account because there are so many that you love, don't forget that you can actually save this video to your account by clicking the link to save it into your own account. If you have any questions or comments about anything that I've talked about today, do leave me a question below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And I'd love to hear your comments on these fabrics too. Do let me know what you think of them, let me know what your favourite is, and let me know what you would make with any of them too. We'd really love to hear. And if you have made anything in any of these fabrics, then don't forget to link it on your Minerva profile so that we can all pop over and see, because I love to be inspired by everyone else's makes. Just in case you're interested in what I'm wearing today, I'm wearing a Tilly and the Buttons Billy sweatshirt in a beautiful knit fabric. It's a textured knit fabric by Lady McElroy, and it has a really lovely kind of lace knit pattern to it. So I've made the Billy sweatshirt with big puffy sleeves, and because it's quite thin, it's got a really good drape to it, so the sleeves are really drapey. And you can see that I've done the big balloon sleeve at the bottom of the arm as well. And I absolutely love this, it's really comfortable to wear. I'll link the pattern for this and the fabric that I've used in the description below as well if you're interested. So I think that's all from me today. Don't forget to follow Minerva by clicking the link above this video, and if you'd like to follow me personally, I'll leave my link below. I'm Secret Life of a Seamstress or Minerva, and you can see all of my makes on there, and I'd love to follow you too. So have a great day everyone, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye!